Look yourself in the mirror sometimes and go, you know why I'm not happy? It's because I didn't listen 10 years ago and I got in the wrong career. You know I'm not happy? Because I married the wrong damn person.
So explain though, how does pain allow somebody to get more disciplined?
Okay, so going back to that myth of when you see your life and anytime there should be pain, you go, no, 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 no. It was just how it was meant to be. No, look yourself in the mirror sometimes and go, you know why I'm not happy? It's because I didn't listen 10 years ago and I got in the wrong career. You know I'm not happy? Because I married the wrong damn person. It wasn't meant to happen. Yes, everything happens for a reason. You made a bad choice, but it didn't have to be that way. And the second you build up pain, and this, by the way, is not my opinion. If you talk to guys like Dr. David Buss, top 10 most cited psychologist in history, okay? He's one of my main mentors. He told me, I said, do adults change? Like, we do all this self-help videos and podcasts. I said, am I wasting my time? He goes, yeah, kind of. I said, why? He said, well, after 25, it's very hard to teach old dogs new tricks. By the way, that's why I've changed most of my stuff targets people 18 to 25. That's why I do Snapchat and all that, because there's hope for 18 to 25-year-olds. Now, if you're over 25, before you get depressed, he told me, but I have good news for you, Ty. I said, what? He said, adults learn through massive trauma. So you will learn. You have to let in some trauma into your life. And that's rough, but no pain, no gain. Like if you are 100 pounds overweight and you want to be able to play basketball, here's my news for you. Everything happened for a reason. You got fat because you ate too much and you didn't exercise. So welcome to the gym. And the first year is going to be hell. But that pain, hopefully, will reprogram your brain that every time you want to eat that nasty thing, go, wait, I don't want to go through that pain again. So I think one of the myths of society is we won't let pain in. We just excuse it all away. Like, no, that was meant to happen. Oh, you wasted 20 years of life and married the wrong person in the wrong career? No, Tom, it was meant to happen. Where's the people who go, you fucked up, dude. You wasted 20 years and you will never get it back. You better go in your room and cry. And the truth is, you only learn as an adult. Unfortunately, most people can only change with massive trauma. And it was funny. I heard this from Dr. Buss a couple years ago, and I was lucky enough to sit next to Kobe Bryant for the last 3 games of his career. Not the very last one, but the 3 ones. So I sat at the end of the Lakers bench, right next to him. One of his players, I won't say who, was having a bad game. Free throws, they're lined up, the whole stadium's quiet. Kobe Bryant yells out at him, he goes, dude, you suck. And he wasn't joking, okay? It was shocking to me. No one could hear it unless you're right next. But Kobe turned to Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, who was sitting next to him, and he goes, this positive reinforcement thing is way overrated. People need to hear the truth. Ryan Kelly, he turned around and looked at Kobe, and I was so impressed. He said, I know. He literally sat down and said, yep, I'm lost this game. And I kid you not, the rest of the game, he excelled. He scored 10, 12 points off the bench after that. And I was like, see, this Kobe guy gets it. He's a winner. You can't always just bring pleasure and pat everybody. Oh, he didn't say, yo, Kelly, you're kind of not playing well, but you know it's all happening for a reason, buddy. Relax, no pressure. He just said, dude, you suck. It was like that, and I'm just going, okay, this is the real Kobe. We live in a society that's very narcissistic. You're told oh, everybody's a winner. No, not everybody's a winner. That's like saying everybody's blonde. There's a definition of what blonde is. Blonde is like this yellowish hair. So you lose meaning when you start going, everybody's blonde. Well, everybody doesn't win. And the sooner you wake up to that biology is ruthless, man, then you get a little fear in you. And when you get a little fear in you, you start listening. Because if you're truly afraid, you listen. Let a little fear come in and drive you and motivate you. Now, when I was about, early 20s, I was in Mississippi with these 5 mentors, a guy, Alan Nation, Gary Townsend, Dr. Gordon Hazard, all these guys I really looked up to. They were 60 years old. And they were the people, the only millionaires I'd ever met. I didn't grow up. I was born in Long Beach, Compton kind of area. never was around anybody who would make 100 grand a year. So I meet these guys. They're like, come, we're going on a hunting trip in Mississippi. I go down there and, you know, we're in these lodges, cabins, and then we're having hot dogs over the fire. And they start drinking a little bit. They were normally nice, you know, kind of Southerners. And they kind of got me. They're like, so what do you want to do, man? And I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur. And they're like, oh, really? And they go, what does IRR mean? And I was like, I have no idea. It means like I didn't know that it meant internal rate of return, right? So one of them just goes, you know, you're never gonna amount to anything. There's zero chance you'll ever be a successful entrepreneur. They all laughed. And I was like, I don't cry. It was the last time I got close to crying was that I was just like devastated. But you know what? I remember laying in bed that night going, no one will ever make fun of me again for not knowing about finance. So I became a CFP, a certified financial planner. And to this day, I can hold my own around the most powerful businessmen in the world. They might know more than me, but I don't come off as a fool. So that was a turning point pain moment, that Mississippi moment for me. I've sought those out. And the one problem is the more successful you are, the less people can say that to you that you'll respect them. But I'm always trying to fill my, you know, that old cliche, never be the smartest person in the room and all that. I have a better way to say it. Be around people who make you uncomfortable at the ego level. When you feel uncomfortable in settings, that is when the learning, it's not just who's smarter, because sometimes smarter people don't help you. There's many forms of IQ, there's emotional, you know, but get around someone where you're like, I kinda don't fit in. And because we're all narcissists because of society and Instagram and all this, and I'm guilty of that too, we don't like to be uncomfortable because a narcissist's story to themselves is, you're the best. And so your worldview is messed up. That's a wiring issue. Let me put it this way. I meet people who think they're smart, okay? What it really tells me is they've never been around actual smart people. If you're really smart watching this, let's say you have 155 IQ. That's what Bill Gates has, and Albert Einstein were up there. My step-grandfather had 155 IQ. He speaks 14 languages fluently. He can write Chinese. He's a chess master. He can play 3 other chess masters without looking at the board while they look at the board and beat all of them. If you're smart, you can do that. If you're not, I got good news for you. Warren Buffett says you only need about a 125 IQ to be very successful.